Dressing up your drawings. Now that we've learned how to create different types of drawings in Visio 2013, it's time to learn how to make them look attractive. Visio 2013 gives you a lot of the tools that are available in other Office programs to add colours, styles, themes, and even special effects to your drawings. In this lesson, you'll discover how to use the rulers and grid, align shapes, position shapes, apply themes, variants, and quick styles, work with fill colours and patterns, change line style and colour, and add special effects. There is one thing that can make even the most organised chart or diagram look bad. That one thing is if your shape's out of alignment, and your drawing looks like a small earthquake came through and bounced around your shapes. Take a look at this example. These arrows should all be evenly spaced on the page. The top two arrows should be aligned, and the bottom two arrows should also be aligned. You can use the rulers at the top and left sides of the page to place objects. Whenever you select and move a shape, you can see where you're placing it by looking at the ruler. To help you place shapes, you can also go to the View tab on the ribbon. Put a check mark beside the grid box to view the grid. You'll now see the grid on your page. You can use the grid to line up your shapes and create equal spacing between your shapes. Visio 2013 gives you the ability to align shapes horizontally or vertically. If you align shapes vertically, you can then specify to either align left or line their right edges or their centres. Let's drag a few shapes onto the page. To align the shapes on the top row, drag a bounding box around the shapes. Next, go to the Home tab and click on the Align button. Choose if you want to align left, centre or right. We're going to choose to align to the right, which means we're going to align them by their right edges. To align them horizontally, align them to either the top, middle or bottom by making the matching selection from the Align drop-down menu. Let's move one of the shapes back to where it was. In this example, we're going to draw a bounding box around all the shapes on the page here. Next, we're going to choose to align them to the middle of the shapes, which is Align Middle. Click on the Align drop-down box and then select Align Middle. You can see all the shapes are now aligned across the middle of the shape. Having even spacing between shapes is also important in drawings. In order to position shapes so they have even spacing between them, first select the shapes to put a bounding box around them. Next, go to the Home tab and click on Position. Hover your mouse over the auto space to see how the anchor shape stays in place, but other shapes are moved so that the distance between the edges of the shapes is the same. The anchor shape is the furthermost left shape. It will have a darker border than the rest when the bounding box is around the shapes. Of course, you can click on the auto space if you'd like to select it. If the auto space feature doesn't work, you can also choose to distribute the shapes evenly. Click on the Position drop-down and select either Distribute horizontally or vertically. If you choose Distribute horizontally, the two outer shapes are left in place and the other shape spacing is adjusted accordingly. Themes, variants and quick styles are aspects that you can apply to your drawings to add and change colour, apply special effects, and further customise your drawings to achieve the look and feel that you want. A theme includes the colours, fonts and effects in your entire drawing. A variant is simply a variation of a theme. A quick style applies to individual shapes, whereas themes and variants apply to the entire drawing. We're going to learn how to apply all of these three in the lesson using the Office floor plan that we created. This is the Office floor plan that we created in a previous lesson. To apply a theme, click on the Design tab, then look in the Themes group. You can hover your mouse over any of these elements to take advantage of the Live Preview. Live Preview will show you how the new theme will change the look of your drawing without actually applying the changes. You can see how the new theme changes the colours. Now let's add some text to our drawing to see how the theme also applies to fonts. For this, let's go back to our original drawing. Let's put in a text box and label it My Office. Let's make the text a little bigger so that we can read it. Now let's hover the mouse over a new theme again. You can see how the font has changed as well as the colours. If you want to apply a theme, just click on the theme in the ribbon. We've selected this theme to use. Now we're going to apply a variant of the theme. To do this, go to the Design tab and see the Variants group here. You can hover your mouse over any of the variants to see how they modify the theme. You can also click the downward arrow on the right side of the Variants gallery to see more variant options to change the colour, effects, connectors, or add embellishment. We're going to choose an effect first. Ion is the effect that we've chosen. Now let's choose a colour variant. We've chosen Daybreak. Remember, in addition to themes and variants, we can also apply quick styles to individual shapes. Let's apply a quick style to the door. To do this, first select the door. Go to the Home tab, and then the Shape Styles group. You can hover your mouse to preview the different styles available to change the look and feel of your shape. There are two types of colours that apply to shapes. These two types of colours are the line and fill colours. Line colours are the borders of your shapes, and fill colours are the colours inside your shapes. To apply a fill colour to a shape, you can right-click on the shape and then select Format Shape. You'll see this window appear on the right side of your Visio window. Click the arrow beside the fill to see the options displayed. You can choose to apply no fill, solid fill, gradient fill, or pattern fill. Let's apply a solid fill first by putting a check in this box. Choose a fill colour from the colour box. Next, choose the transparency. Set the transparency as a percentage. We're going to set ours at 50%. You can also change the fill colour by going to the Home tab and then click on the fill in the Shape Styles group. If you want to apply a fill to more than one shape, hold down the Shift key while selecting shapes. To apply gradient fill, check the gradient fill box while you have a shape selected. Select a preset gradient. Choose a direction for the gradient. Select the angle of the gradient and the gradient stops. Next, choose a colour as well as the position, transparency, and brightness. If you want the gradient to rotate with the shape, make sure the Rotate with Shape box is selected. A pattern fill does just as the name applies. It fills your shape with a pattern. Let's choose Pattern Fill. Choose the type of pattern you want to use for your fill. Next, choose the foreground and background colours. In the patterns here, the brown is a foreground colour and white is a background colour. Just as with fills, you can change the line colour of shapes in two different ways. You can right-click on a shape and then select Format Shape. When the Format Shape opens on the right, click the triangle beside the line. From here, you can set your line options, including the type of line. It's a good idea to play around with these options to see what they do. There are endless combinations you can use to customize your line. Keep in mind that most of these options apply to lines you've drawn on your pages and not the lines that create borders for your shapes. You can also go to the Home tab and click on Line to change the line color. We've changed ours to red. If you've used other Office 2013 programs, then chances are you're already familiar with the special effects. The same special effects that are available in programs such as Microsoft Word are also available to apply to shapes in Visio 2013. To apply special effects to a shape, select a shape and go to Home and then click on the Effects drop-down. Choose which type of effect you'd like to apply by clicking on the downward arrow beside Effects. You can then choose how to apply the effect. Let's choose the shadow to add to our shape.